Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with yet another EA Sports weekly rally. This time round, we're here with the final rally of this first season. We are provisionally 233rd in the world after a fairly okay run last time out in Vodafone Rally Portugal. We took on the rogue choice of the Peugeot 309. In the end, we ended up somewhere around the 250 mark, I would assume. For some reason, the game doesn't actually find out where I am, which is a little bit weird. If I click find me, maybe it will. No, apparently I'm a random Spanish gentleman, so I don't quite know as to how that one works as well there. But of course, yeah, we had good fun in that one, but this time around we returned to Rally Sardegna, which is, I'll be honest, one of my favourite rallies inside the entire game. We've got the option of the Lancia Fulvia, the Mini Cooper S, or the Vauxhall Nova Sport. And I think today I'm going to go with the Fulvia, because if ever there's the option for a Lancia, you've always got to take it at the end of the day. This week is going to be a little bit quiet, though, on the content. Of course, we've got today's video and then the 212 Rally League coming out a little bit later on. But I'm just getting very, very busy trying to get a lot of the F1 content as done. That being said, though, we are mighty close to 3k subs. So please, if you haven't already, click that sub button for more rally content. And yeah, let's do this thing. Well, here we are then in Rally Italia Sardinia as well then. I believe, yeah, we've got obviously the standard 4-stage run. They're all fairly short stages as well. I don't believe there's any changeable conditions. And of course, yeah, there is a service before the final stage. Now, I recognise stage 1, 3 and 4, I think. Not so sure I know stage 2, so that is going to be quite an interesting one to see kind of how we get on. In terms of tyres, what have we got available to us as well? Then we got a set of softs and a set of mediums, so I think we'll use softs and obviously then get ourselves a second set of softs ready for the for that final stage as well. Oh, I love a Lancia. They're so cool. I mean, the old ones are. The Upsilon's awful, but I guess at least obviously Lancia is coming back more in a rally capacity as well. Obviously, they've got the new Upsilon as a Rally 4 variant, I believe, and I think I want to say 2025. It might be 2026, though. They are converting it into Rally 2 class as well there. So, yeah, although it's not really kind of a proper Lancia at the end of the day, it is still quite cool to see, you know, such an iconic marquee back, whoa, in WRC action as well, or at least on the kind of WRC grid, if you will. But yeah, this thing though, immediately I'm just getting the sense is a bit more of a handful than I was originally expecting. The steering feels incredibly heavy. Obviously no power steering or anything like that, of course, in this car, I'm sure. But hopefully it'll still be fairly quick in places. For a car that only weighs, what, 800 odd kilos, I think it is, it doesn't feel like trying to get a canoe through these early sections of road as well. So, yeah, that is really, really not ideal as to what we wanted. But this is obviously the Shakedown run, so we can afford to learn all of these things as well there. So, obviously, we can get it all repaired up and everything like that. Not that we've done much damage to the car so far on this Shakedown run. That can all completely evaporate, though, in an instant, knowing me, and usually does inside EA WRC as well there. But there we go, Shakedown complete, 134. Not a particularly great time, if I do say so. But we'll go get it all repaired, and we'll get ourselves into stage 1. We did only damage the bodywork in the end, so that's not much of a concern either. So yeah, let's do this thing. Listen to this car. I'll try and just give it a bit of revs at the start.
Start square right, left of the crest. Good luck.
Sounds good. Most rally cars sound good, to be fair. They're just all good cars.
2, 1, go. Square right, into left of the crest. 80.
Well, like I said, I do know this first stage pretty well. It's the same first stage you always get in the career mode here in Sardinia. And obviously you do it in all 3 classes as well. I would assume this week the Mini, I want to say, is probably the popular choice, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's the Nova. I mean, that is quite a rogue car choice in this game, but you know, you've got to enjoy everything that they do throw at us still. at the end of the day.
Left of a crest, 60.
I mean, the important thing with this is just trying to make sure you get the weight over the front end. Otherwise, yeah, just tend to understeer quite a lot. So I think that's going to be the key. So obviously trying to brake quite hard into the corners. And obviously kind of getting that to work in your favour as best as you can.
6 right, through dip, 50. Slowing, crest, 40.
But yeah, obviously just trying to stay out of trouble as well is obviously the most important thing. And while I'm doing this very, very early on this week, I've got to try and get all my rally content done quite quickly for reasons that are very, very boring and I won't bother explaining. No. Try and get back on the road, please. There we go. But yeah, so obviously we'll have sadly only the 2 videos out this week. Because as well, I don't believe we've got any of the big leagues as well. They haven't reset yet. So yeah, we'll have obviously the historic and the official club dropping very, very soon. I believe we're heading to Japan, at least in the official league. I don't know where the classic championship is going, but we had a good run through the last one. We actually survived, which I was very, very happy with as well there. So yeah, hopefully. Don't want to get ahead of myself, but maybe that's a good sign that we can start finishing some of those. But then again, I've said that on like the 3 events that we've survived this year, and every time I get optimistic, and then every time I end up doing something inevitably stupid not long after, this thing just does not turn. Like, it is like trying to drag a canoe. It also gets up on 2 wheels still quite easy, which is quite impressive. So try and throw some revs at it. See if that'll fix the problems. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not really a car that... It kind of just doesn't really feel like it wants to work with you either. You obviously get quite a few cars on this game that kind of feel like they want to be driven. This thing, maybe not so much. So we'll just try and make our way through the foliage. Yeah, I mean, this thing, yeah, just... Like I said, where there's no weight over the front end, I think that's initially obviously one of the problems. And of course, obviously, yeah, where the front end's got to deal with the power and the turning. It does, yeah, just feel completely kind of almost overwhelmed very, very early on in this event. Now, obviously, if you get a little moment like that where it's kind of the back end pivots in, then it's okay, but yeah, it's the kind of car you would need a lot of running in and probably some better tuning than anything I'm able to do with it very, very quickly to really kind of try and get a lot out of it. But obviously I would assume the slower the car, obviously the more difference the tuning makes in terms of your overall time. Because of course, yeah, as you get into the higher, you know, the quicker stuff, everything like that, it is a bit more about bravery and also knowing where you're going at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a fairly long rally in the end. I mean, this is one of the faster stages here in Sardinia. Oh, come on. It's just you get that little bit of understeer on the exit, and it just gets worse and worse, especially with all the foliage here. It's often the corner where I end up doing a reverse entry. Not today, though. Oh, come on. Oh, that was bad anyway. Yeah, this thing is a bit, yeah, just a bit disappointing. I'll say it. Maybe that's my own stupidity for always trying to pick launches on this game whenever they become available to me, but yeah, this thing at the moment really does feel just a little bit difficult. Oh, come on. I know I've mentioned it as well in other videos recently, but I do love all of you guys kind of telling me about how you're getting on in various events and that kind of thing. It really does feel like we're kind of harbouring a really cool kind of little community as well around this game. I still do enjoy it. And it's, you know, it's not the most popular game in the world or anything like that, but yeah, I still do enjoy it and find it a lot of fun. And obviously, hopefully, it's going to be around for quite a few years to come. And we can kind of enjoy that as well. Oh. Or almost at the end of stage 1 then. We should go sub 6 in the end, which would be quite nice.
Half long. Into slight left of the crest.
So we make our way through the final couple of corners. There is that finish line.
Over finish. Into crest.
I mean, as runs go, it could have been better, but it could have been a whole lot worse. 5:48. Oh, there's pedestrians, sorry. But we've survived, and that's the most important thing. 9th in the world at the end of stage 1. Like I said, though, there's not many people that have gone out so far, and it looks like the Vauxhall Nova has been the car of choice so far. It's all Novas and Lancias, though, inside the top 10, so my prediction of the Mini might be slightly inaccurate. How many people have actually competed so far this week? Only 23, so we haven't really got our big reference. This week is going to be more about you guys chasing my time. Right, here we go then. Monte Acuto. This was the stage I'm a bit nervous for. I know where we are now. So I have done everything on Rally Italia Sardinia. Yeah, this was a bit of a short stage around the back of the rally. So, yeah, it's definitely not one that I'm particularly confident on, but hopefully we can just try and make it through without too many problems.
And 3 left. Opens long. 80.
Right. Just want to stay out of trouble as best as possible. If we can.
Crest. 7.
That's all I can hope for.
Caution. 6 right.
But, yeah, this car, that's not so easy.
For crest. Into
Don't even know how high speed this one is.
3 right of the
Not
crest.
like that.
30.
It seems likes to go up on 2 wheels as well.
Hairpin left.
I think, again, that's because it is, although it doesn't always feel it, it is very, very light. Sometimes you can kind of grab the steering back round and kind of get it to do what you want, but it kind of is a bit unwilling to do it. It's kind of like, oh, do I have to?
2 right.
Like, if you really try and wrangle it, then it can, but not particularly easily.
40.
I've been chucking it through there.
Tightens.
Sometimes you can kind of just let it wind off the steering lock itself, but
50.
yeah, really having to saw away at the wheel just to kind of get any response from it. You also don't get a lot of feel.
To left of a crest.
I mean, oh, that was bad. When I get home from all my travels in December next year, I do really want to kind of try and dive into some setups on this game as well, because obviously, you know, try and make a lot of setups for all the cars, things like that. Obviously, they'll all just be uploaded onto this channel for free
70.
and everything as well. But yeah, it could be quite fun
3 right.
and a good learning kind of tool for me as well. And obviously, hopefully, you know, because setups on these games, you know, it's not quite as important as it is on like F1 and stuff. You know, a lot more of the time can be found by knowing where you're going on this game. But that being said, though, it can still be useful. Oh, especially with cars like this. No, please get back up on the road. I beg. Thank you. There we go. Not even a penalty.
Crest.
Definitely cost ourselves time, but no penalty is no penalty.
Crest. Into 6 left. Bad dip.
But yeah, I need to, obviously, yeah, when I get back, really kind of explore a few things now. Obviously, will they be esports pro setups? No, of course not. I'm not an esports pro, but hopefully they'll kind of provide you guys with some help as to kind of what you want to be looking for, and kind of give you guys a bit more of a baseline as to, you know, what you want to be looking at as well inside these games.
Short of a crest. 4 left short.
But we've got bigger things on our mind right now. That's trying to survive, which we're kind of not doing a particularly great job of right now.
5 right. And slight left of a
I'm
crest.
hoping the second half of this stage maybe is downhill. But again, not holding my breath. Although we are right up towards the top of the hill now. This is kind of like a stairway to heaven up here.
Crest. Very long.
So you can't even really try and use the camber, because it just flicks you back out and throws you across the road on the exit. Oh, come on.
And 6 left sharp.
How much more can we keep climbing up here?
Right. 30. 6 left of a crest.
There you go, you can see the road wind down off that side.
20. Slowing.
No, 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 no. Hold the brake. That was bad. Oh, come on. Go. There we go. Have I? Oh, I completely whacked on the steering lock. Oh, I can't even get back on. No, little Lancia, you're useless. Oh, no, I don't want a penalty. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, we get right there. This thing is terrible. Oh, over some rocks. Oh, I ran over the cameraman. That was not good. That was just... Oh, come on. A comedy of errors. What? I could have just gone around that rock and been fine. Oh, this game. This car. I'm going to say it now. Don't use the Fulvia. Use the Vauxhall Nova. Yeah, that seems right. No. No. I got another whole stage to do after this. Launcher, you have let me down today. I'll just go ahead and say it.
5 right of the crest, opens, into slight left, 30, slowing, 5 left, into crest, 30, 1 left.
Yeah, this car has been one of the... At least with the 309 last week, I was expecting it to be bad. This thing I thought would be quite competitive, but apparently not. Do get a good look at the... Quite an interesting engine on this car, if I remember correctly. It was a V4. Which obviously, yeah, is not very common at all, but very, very compact. Not that it's been useful today at all. That was a bit risky. Slide it in. Oh, see, that worked! Why can't you do that more often? Say, I just do not know this part of Sardinia very well either, which is probably not helpful, but... Come on. Oh, what is... Just, it's so sensitive at the front. Like, you nudge anything, and it just immediately just gets unsettled. Like, most cars there would have just eaten that up and just carried on. This thing... Ow. Didn't even warn me there was a rock there, did it? Yeah, this is not going to be a highlight of the year for us, this rally. You know that thing I was saying about surviving, you know, like the historic event and stuff last week? Yeah. Yeah, this one, not looking so good. I mean, hopefully we'll still survive. I can't retire from a weekly rally, can I? Only 4 stages long. I should be okay. I think we're almost at the finish, though, which I guess is good. Avoid the tree. Through the final corner. There we go. Can I go down there? Whee! There we go. 709, that'll be bad on the leaderboard. 15th overall out of 19 people still running there, so a minute 30 off your leader, but still within a second of someone else, which is quite impressive. Carl's looking pretty damaged as well. I should have just gone with the Nova. It's simple as that. Right, come on then. The multi-stage up next then. Is this going back towards the start? I don't know, actually. I think this might be... I can't remember for sure. I don't think it is. Is this the one that ends with the road? I can't remember. Either way, I recognise the name, and I feel like I recognise where we start. Oh, come on. I think the problem I have as well with this car is I can't drive it like I would most cars on this game. It doesn't drive like a modern rally car at all. You've got to be so patient with it. And I just haven't expected it to be like this. Like, I was expecting this thing to feel kind of light and nimble early on. And it just isn't. It's light, but because of its lightness, it doesn't feel nimble, which is very, very peculiar. I mean, someone's going to have to tell me, is this car actually the worst in class on this game? Is the Nova weirdly OP? So I haven't seen anyone really using them. I haven't really got any benchmark about how good the Mini is, but... I'm sure by the end of the week we'll have a better idea, but for the season finale of the weekly rally as well, this is a real shame. As clearly we are just doing stage 1 again, just reversed.
Into 6 left.
So at least we kind of know what to expect around a lot of it.
5 left. To slight right. 80. 3 left.
Don't think we're down on performance though, particularly, worryingly, with everything that's happened. Like, don't get me wrong, it's far from perfect, but it's not as far away as I thought it might be.
4 left. Tightens. 60. 6 left.
Oh, come on! Oh, yeah, that seems about right. It's just how much speed you scrub off as well every time.
Crest. Slowing. 60. 3 left. Into 5 right. 70. 4 left short. Brake and 6 right. And late 1 left. And square right. Half long. To 1 left. 30.
Ugh. Yeah, that seems about right. It just, yeah, feels like a hovercraft.
Slight left. 60.
Like, it genuinely, I think, has got to be one of the worst driving experiences I've had on this game. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it might, you know, it might well be very accurate for this car.
Slight right to
But it seems like, yeah, these classic cars I just really struggle with on this game still.
right to the crest. Into 6 left. 70.
Just cannot get any kind of grasp about how to drive them effectively. But I think that's the problem. You can't. Yeah, yeah. For God's sake. Ah, oh, damn it. I think this is the thing with these classic cars on this game, is you just can't. You know, you've kind of just got to be so careful with them and kind of let them get around. Like, you just cannot hustle them or anything. That's where I struggle. You know, just the suspension technology and everything just isn't there with them. Nor is any kind of handling prowess either. Or any power. Or any brakes. Or anything. So disappointing. I genuinely wanted to love this car. But I don't think that's going to happen. And stage 4 I know is quite a brutal one as well. All things considered. I really did want to love this thing, but I just, the way it drives, I can't. Especially this one. This one's quite badly damaged.
Slowing 60. Turn 1 right to 3 left. 40. Slight left. Into crest.
Kind of making my own stage up as well in places, it feels like.
Into 6 left. Slowing to 6
Rocks.
Into 3 left. Tightens to slight right.
Like, I've got so much respect for people that can be quick in this car.
6 left.
Because there's obviously going to be a way to do it, but you've just got to have complete belief in it.
Into 3 left sharp. And 6 left. Very long.
And kind of know exactly what it can and can't do. Like, you get little sections where it feels nicely hooked up. But also a lot where it just feels like it's completely against what you want it to do.
6 left short. Into late 5
It is a very odd experience having a Lancia that doesn't feel like it's got
6 left short.
willingness to rally. It's what Lancias do.
4 right. Tightens 40. 2 left. 50.
Oh no. Ow. It's again kind of the fact you go through quite a string of corners there and it's fine, and you just get one where it understeers.
Tightens
Where it just goes, nah, actually I'm good.
80. Slight right. Into late
But hopefully we can get it repaired up
slowing.
and ready for stage 4.
To slight right. 90.
Obviously we'll try and prioritise radiator and bodywork, I would have thought.
5 left. Over crest.
Don't know how much else of it I will have damaged, to be honest.
Crest. Into 6 left short. 50. 1 right. 40. 2 left short. 80. Caution. 5 right. Of crest.
Come on, through the final couple of corners.
40. Finish. 100 to stop.
So yeah, it was good. Up towards the line, 6:39. Slower than we went the other way, but not bad. It could have been a whole lot worse, I think. And hopefully it's going to be a bit better of a representative. We go What was that, 12th? 12th in the end. So, again, a minute off your leader. I mean, the Vauxhall Novas are 40 seconds quicker than the Fulvias, so take from that whatever you will. But one more stage to go. There's only one mini that's ran so far, and they are last. Right, but in a desperate attempt to save any way I can, I've even removed the spare wheel out of the car. Luckily, we've got a bit more revs ready for this final one again. But yeah, the car is far from perfect. I just want to try and get to the finish now. As that is a very fluorescent tube that man is holding there at the side of the road. But I've got a rally stage to focus on. How is this thing going to handle itself through the hairpins? My guess is not very well. Ugh. That is a lot of oversteer immediately before we've even got there. Luckily, obviously, oversteer in a car like this can be met with some throttle. Oh, come on. Over the jumps we go. Oh. Just going to need all the possible power I can out of it at every possible moment. Because again, I feel like I'm trying to drive a lorry with how much steering lock I need. But we can obviously try and cut these as best as possible. Just try and open them up as best as we can. They're all first gear though, you just don't quite get the power off. Just don't have the revs in it. And through this last one, you can always trim that just a little bit. There we go. Actually helps get the run off the corner as well. A bit more straight. There we go, hairpins all navigated. There we get a bit of a tarmac blast. Again, you just kind of need all the power you possibly can everywhere in this car. How are you going to handle on tarmac then through this one little section? Try and get every possible RPM out of it you can. Come on, little Fulvia. You can do this. 130 clicks. Gonna blend off a little bit. Actually, that's worked quite nicely. It's only got 4 gears, hasn't it, of course? Oh, I broke too late. That was okay. Right, go. Maybe mess that up slightly, but that's fine. Of everything that's happened so far in this rally, I think that is one of our lesser concerns. I mean, yeah, we have got one more fast bit, and then the second half of the stage is horrible. Like, just awful. It's tight, it's twisty, it's narrow, there's big drops. There's rocks everywhere. It's probably the bit of this rally I hate. Well, actually, no, it's not. Sardegna is odd. I love so much this rally, but you either love bits of it or you hate them. There's no kind of bit that I'm neutral over. Don't fall off. Thank you. Instead, though, I'm impressed it's got this much power towards the end. There's almost through the end of an Armco. That would not have been good. Come on, little car. Let's try and get a top 10 through this final stage. That would be nice. Not convinced we will, but there's not many people running. There we go. Just trim every corner we possibly can and avoid rocks as best as possible. Avoid rocks like the plague. There we go. Oh, damn it. Yep, this is the bit I hate. Oh, and we're wedged. Can I get off? No, of course not. Another penalty. It's just got nothing. Nothing at all. Like, are the front wheels even connected? I've never known, so, like, apart from maybe the F2 kit cars, which have got 4 times this thing's power, I've never known anything so understeery. And even the F2 kit cars at least have fun in their understeer, because they've got a bit of downforce working for them. That was a barrel roll for style points, I guess. Come on, little car.
2 right to 1 left short and 2 left short
Oh no.
to 4 right into 6 left and 4 right long tighten square to the left of the crest 30
Oh, that's always a corner I won't ride on as well. We've got less than a split to go though.
3 left of the crest
As weekly rallies go, this has not been a highlight.
5 right
I'll level with you all.
to 4 left into crest 4 left short
Uh,
to 4 right opens 50 slight right into slight left
You just
of the crest,
cannot feel what the front end's doing, or wants to do, or doesn't want to do.
to slight right to 4 left
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty.
to square right and 6 left long crest
Come on, little car.
to sudden 2 left 70
Alright, we've made it through most of the rocky bits. We've just got a few more corners to go. 6-minute time frame's gone.
right tightens 2 30 2 left half long 50
Problem is, I'd love to have actually done this rally in the Nova, or the Mini, to actually just see what they're like in comparison.
half long
But through the final couple of corners, though,
3 left
we're going to survive this rally-ish.
long into crest
Not particularly well, but
over finish
to get to the checkered flag is always an impressive feat on this game. 6:28 in the end. Whee! Yeah, it says a lot when I've done that in half the stages so far. Where do we end up, though? 8th on that final stage, less than a minute back again, despite the 13 seconds worth of pens. So we could have been quickest Fulvia had I not got those penalties when all is said and done. But yeah, that Nova is just in another league in comparison. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure I leave a like. Get yourself subscribed. Let me know how you get on as well in the club down below. And yeah, we'll be back later on this week with the 212 Rally.